The next week I will make $1,000, and I'm pretty sure about that because the pairs that I will be trading the next week, these setups that I just saw on the market are very clean. And in this video I will be showing you guys the exact same pairs that I will be trading the next week. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pairs that I will be trading the next week, and if you want you can skip already the video, but you won't be seeing the setup. So if you want to see the exact trades that I will be taking the next week, make sure to watch the video till the end. So for those who don't know my strategy, I use the set and forget strategy by FXALEXG. I believe it's a very good strategy, even though many people call him a scammer. I don't care if he does or not, but the strategy is good, so who cares? At least I can make money with this strategy. So actually let's get right into the video. So the first pair for the next week is Euro GBP. Euro GBP on the weekly time frame, it's bearish, with this one being the lower high and this one being the lower low. So we are bearish on the weekly time frame. We can see that we are creating a potential lower high at this strong area of interest with 1, 2, 3 touches. 2 of them are resistance and 1 of them are using it as a support. So this is a strong area of interest. So we are at the area of interest once again. So I believe that the next week we'll be going to the downside and we will be rejecting this strong area of interest here. The daily time frame, guys, it's bearish, even though it seems bullish like here, but I count it as bearish with this one being a lower high, this one being the lower high, and this one being the lower low right here. We are bearish. We approached, as I said before, this area of interest here on the weekly time frame, which is an area of interest on the daily as well, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 touches. This is the 10th touch, so I believe that from here we will have the next week a pullback up to this area of interest here, which is a strong support and resistance. So I believe that the next week price will reach this area here, so to create a potential higher low, to create a new higher highs and higher lows. So that's my analysis on this one here to do. I believe that the next week we'll head to the downside, since this right here is a strong resistance zone, and whenever we are under it and we retest it, we go to the downside. And that's exactly what I'm gonna wait on this one here to do the next week. So on the 4-hour time frame, we can see that we are bullish with this one being the higher low and this one being the higher high. What I'm gonna wait on for this one here to do before taking the trade is to have a break and retest under this 1 hour and 2 hour zone to take this trade to the downside and target, as I said before, this daily area of interest. So this trade right here, very easy trade in my opinion, high risk to reward with the 2.5 risk to reward potential, very nice. So guys, break and retest. I'm actually give a break and retest to take the trade to the downside. Very easy. We will see the next week if this will present itself. So this was the first one. My second one, guys, is Euro JPY. Euro JPY on the weekly time frame, we can see that we are bearish, with this one being the lower high and this one being the lower low. We are bearish on the weekly time frame. We are creating a potential lower high at a strong area of interest with 1, 2, 3 touches, using it all of them as a resistance. So it means that this right here is a strong resistance. Price struggles to break that resistance. And another thing that I really like is that the last week closed like a bearish engulfing the previous candlestick. So it means the price stopped up there and now it's heading to the downside. And that's exactly what I'm gonna wait for the next week to sell. So on the daily time frame, we can see that we are bearish on the daily as well. This one being the lower high and this one being the lower low. If we want, we can count this right here as the lower high, this right here as the lower low. Don't care. We can count that one, but it's still bearish overall. We can see that it's bearish. On Friday, it closed like a bearish engulfing candlestick, and what I'm gonna wait on this one here to do is for it to have a retest up to this area of interest here on the 4-hour to take this trade to the downside and target new lows on the 4-hour, such as this one here, which on the daily is this strong area of interest here. So as I said, a further retest up here, something to retest up there to sell to the downside, and on the 1 hour time frame it will look like a retest up to this minor area of interest here, retest to that to take the trade to the downside. This one here, guys, it's very clean as well. We have the weekly, the daily, and the 4 hour, all of them are bearish. Very nice pattern break, retest to continue selling to the downside. Very easy. I believe this one here is actually a very nice pair for the next week, and I might put it above EG because we have been rejecting the strong resistance. We rejected it, we retested a new area of interest, and now we're going to the downside. We will reach this new area here, used as a support and as a resistance multiple times. Very nice trade idea in my opinion, guys, so please be careful with this one here as well. So join my Telegram channel as well, because there I send live updates every single day. Last week I haven't sent any because people didn't watch my video first. So after you watch this video, go on my Telegram channel, join it because it's free, and there I will send live updates as I always do. So this right here was Euro JPY. Now my third pair, which is Euro AUD. Euro AUD, on the weekly time frame we can see that we are very bearish, with this one being the lower high and this one being the lower low. So we are very bearish on the weekly time frame on Euro AUD. We approached a strong area of interest with 1, 2, 3, 4 touches, using it as a resistance. So whenever we are under this area of interest here and we retest it, we can clearly see that we go to the downside. The last week we went up there, we retested it, and we rejected the area of interest along with the round psychological level 1.67500, which is a point where banks and big institutions buy and sell. So we rejected this strong area of interest last week. The daily time frame, it's bullish, with this one being the higher low and this one being the higher high. It's bullish, but still I will look for sells, because the last week it rejected clearly this area of interest here. It really rejected it, with many weeks rejecting this area of interest. So I strongly believe that the next week it can reach new lows to create a higher low right here, to create new highs then. But I believe that the next week will go to the downside, because it shows me everything I need. The weekly bearish, the weekly at a strong area of interest, the daily rejecting this area of interest here, the 4 hour creating a head and shoulder pattern, which is a strong pattern that shows me that price is now reversing. What I'm gonna wait on this one here to do, guys, it's what you're already seeing, a break and retest under this area of interest here to take this trade here. Break, retest under this area of interest here to take this trade here, which is everything I need in order for me to take this trade and to make money, because I strongly believe that the weekly time frame is rejecting this area of interest, and the next week we're heading to the downside to create a new higher low on the daily. Not necessarily a new low on the weekly, but a new higher low on the daily to proceed going and create new lower highs on the weekly. Maybe we can then head and reach this high here. Who knows? But the next week I will 100% be looking for sales on this one here, which is Euro AUD. Very nice trade idea. Now guys, I have AUD CHF, which is another pair that I have for next week. AUD CHF, on the weekly time frame we can see that we are bearish, because we count this right here as the lower high and this right here as the lower low, maybe. But you can count it as bullish if you just check and watch this recent movement. So I honestly don't care about the weekly in this case right here, but on the daily time frame we can see that we are bearish. We shifted bearish the last week, we were bullish, we can see, and we shifted bearish. Now we shifted bearish and we are retesting a strong level of support, resistance, support and support. And this, guys, is a pattern that I traded many times before. And look at, maybe, is it on AUD CAD? AUD CAD, I traded it once again. Look, guys, perfect. Look at this thing here, where I took a trade and I won the trade here, I 1 to 2. Look at it. We shifted bearish, break, retest of this area of interest here that we created on the daily, retest of this area of interest here, and sell. Look on the AUD CHF, guys, pay attention. Broke, retest of the new area of interest formed here, and sell to make money. Guys, trading is exactly the same exact thing, always. Repetition of patterns. So on this one here, I will wait, as I said, for a daily rejection candlestick from this area of interest to take the trade to the downside. And on the 4 hour, I want a further pullback up here to create a new higher high on the 4 hour, to then wait for the break, the retest, to then sell to the downside and target these lows here on the 4 hour because it's used as a support many times, which will then be a 1 to 3, maybe a 1 to 2.5, depending on whenever I will take the trade and wherever I will take the trade. So that's still a very high probability trade setup for the next week. Very nice break and retest to sell to the downside. Very nice. And you see, guys, how, because I journal my trades, I saw that this was a pattern that I traded before, so it's actually very nice. My fifth pair for the next week is GBP JPY. GBP JPY on the weekly time frame, we are bearish with this 1 minute lower high and this 1 minute lower low. Last week the weekly time frame closed like a big bearish engulfing not just one candlestick but 1, 2, 3 candlesticks the last week, which it's a sign the price will then go to the downside the next week. The daily time frame, it's bearish with this one being the lower high and this one being the lower low. What I'm gonna wait on this one here to do is to have a break under this area of interest here with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 touches, using it most of the times as a support. So I want the break under this right here to use it as a resistance to then sell. So on the 4 hour will look like something like this, guys, a break, a retest to then sell to the downside and target, let me see, on the daily time frame. So we could target these lows here, but I don't know if the next week we could reach them or not. So let's say that I take the trade up there, these lows here, 4 hour, 4 hour. Maybe we can reach those. Yeah, we can reach these structure points here. So that will be my take profit, a 1 to 2, maybe 1 to 2.5. Yeah, this will be my take profit zone if we get, as I said, the break and retest under this area of interest to take the trade to the downside. Very nice trade idea as well. We have very nice pairs for the next week. That's why you gotta leave a like under this video, because it helps me so much. Then, guys, I have GBP AUD. GBP AUD on the weekly time frame, we are bullish because we shifted down here, so now we are bullish on the weekly. Daily time frame, we are bullish with this 1 minute higher low and this 1 minute higher high. We reached once again this area of interest here with 1, 2, 3 touches. What I'm gonna wait for this one here to do is to continue creating this pattern here. Higher high, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So what I believe for the next week is that from this zone here, so this point here, we will go to the upside, target new highs, and then to create new higher highs and higher lows. That's because the daily is bullish, and the 4 hour I'm waiting for it to turn bullish in order for me to take this trade. So maybe a pullback inside this area of interest. So the 4 hour creates a new higher lower high, break, retest, to then take the buy to the upside and target, as I said, this daily high here, which is a 2.6 risk to reward, which is exactly what we need in a month to be profitable. And the last month I was finally in profit, and I made a video about it that will come out on Wednesday, so make sure to watch that video because it's very nice and it has a lot of value in it, so make sure to watch it. So that was GBP AUD as well. We are at the higher low zone, possible higher low zone, and we need to buy to take new highs. Now I have Euro CAD. Euro CAD on the weekly time frame, we are bearish with this one being the lower high and this one being the lower low. We are bearish on the weekly time frame. The daily time frame, it's bullish. We can see that this is the higher low and this is the higher high. What I'm gonna wait on this one here to do is for it to retest this area of interest here on the daily, which on the 4 hour looks very, very clean. Look how clean it looks on the 4 hour. I'm gonna wait for the retest of this area of interest here to take the buy to the upside after a rejection from the EMA as well. So something like this, pullback here, rejection, take the trade to the upside and target new highs as well, which the new high will be at this 4 hour zone, which will be a 2.7 risk reward if we take this trade here. So as I said in the title, as I said in the first intro of this video, I strongly believe that next week I will make $1,000 at least. I want to make even more. Let's hope that we don't lose. That's always the prerogative, to not lose. So these are my pairs for the next week. Very, very clean pairs. Just look at this right here, guys. How can you not be in love with trading when it does present markets like these ones here? So very, very clean markets the next week. Make sure to join my Telegram channel, to follow me on IG as well, because there I show live updates also on the Telegram channel. If you want to know my broker, the link in the description is Fusion Markets. It's a very, very nice broker. I really suggest it to you. Subscribe to this channel here, leave a like, let's reach 100 likes, and guys, thank you so much for watching. Bye.